Hello, people. Good evening and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. You've just heard from me. Joe, I'm sorry to have to do this for you, mate, but you're a big advocate. You can't defend the indefensible, surely. Talk to me about that. Cannot believe it, Joe. I'm on the floor. I'm raging, mate. I've never in all my watch-alongs ever, got up and, wanted to throw something. It's never been a thing, but, I mean, what is he doing there? He's moved out of the way. It's a terrible effort and cost us. Now, it feels like a loss, Joe. It feels like a loss. And I am going to come to you because I know, obviously, you've defended him. You've played in goal yourself. Talk to me, man. How are you feeling?
He's misread the ball and he's not in the right place and it goes past him and it's a fuck up. Yeah, absolutely. It's 2 points dropped at the end of the day. But bollocks.
Nothing more to add, is it? Yeah.
It's one of those. Shit happens, and shit hath happened.
Eva?
Yeah.
I'm raging, honestly. I don't think I've ever been so angry at a game where we have actually got a point. I really don't. I just don't understand how you can mess up that bad. I really don't. I don't understand it because it was just, just so basic. So basic. There was nobody. I know there was somebody coming in, but it wasn't close enough to put actual pressure on him. The ball was coming in from such a distance. He had plenty of time to know where that ball was going. You can't defend it. You really can't. And I know when you actually, obviously it's gone down as a Junior Firpo own goal, so I feel gutted for him as well because Junior was brilliant and, having got the goal, he didn't have a great game against Norwich the other day, but I thought he did really well today. And now he's had a goal apiece. So essentially you take Firpo off the pitch and it ends 1-1 and we're probably okay with that. But my God, we had 10 seconds left. 10 seconds. That was it. That's all we had to do was just keep it for 10 seconds. Oh God. And it's going to somehow be Fark's fault as well. Somehow people are going to find that when that was just a mess up of our causing. It's just so ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Nobody can defend Melia for that one. And to be fair to him, he looked genuinely like he was going to cry. The human part of me and not necessarily the Leeds part of me did feel for him because he looked genuinely heartbroken there because he knows that there is nobody else that he could possibly blame other than himself there.
You want to know the extra annoying part for me?
Go on.
Throughout that match, I was keeping an extra eye on him because of the conversation we'd had previously. And up until that point, he'd had a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
For their first goal, fantastic first save, unfortunate with the bounce out. He even caught some balls. I was going to come in, be really smug and be like, look, he caught it at least twice, guys. Oh.
It's a shocker. Because the thing is, it's not as if it's like a shot that's hit with pace or anything. It's literally just like a hoof. And I think I went, way, that's it, game gone. And then that happens, man. It's mad. I can't believe it. Paul, what are your thoughts, mate?
We were 10 seconds away from being able to sit here and load up what a fantastic team performance we'd just been witness to. We were 10 seconds away of being able to go to everybody. Yeah, take a serious now.
Yeah, exactly.
We are a serious team. Take Meslier out of the equation for a second. Everybody looked good. I thought Rodon and Strike were absolute monsters tonight. I thought both Tanaka and Rothwell did really well. I thought Rothwell was superb. Nonto was just on a different league. He was everywhere tonight. And then Firpo gets his goal. He's playing really, really well. And then that heap of shite happens. And I'm sorry, I get what Evie's saying about the human element of it and everything, because you think, Jesus Christ, that's got to feel really awful. However,
he was laughing at the end with Reggie Labrie. They were laughing. They were having a laugh, Paul.
This is my point. You are a paid professional footballer. Your job as a goalkeeper, 10 minutes before the end, just catch the fucking ball. That's not hard, and you cannot defend that at all. And I'm gutted for the rest of the lads because of the effort and the work that they put in tonight to nearly do the perfect away performance. Firpo had to run down the tunnel at the end.
Yeah, I think Firpo was raging on it, to be fair.
Because it shouldn't, that shouldn't happen.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't, full stop, it shouldn't. I get, mistakes and bits and pieces shouldn't happen, but like JB was saying, I tweeted out on X a couple of times tonight. That's the first time he's caught a ball. Don't panic. This isn't a drill. He's caught it 4 times tonight. What's going on here? And it's just fucking, right. Let's take a positive out of it. We haven't lost. The other positive is I think we matched them and more on the pitch.
We were better than them, bro. We were better than them.
I now, even though I'm going to just park I now feel more confident about us getting promoted than what I did before, but I am fucking fuming about that one incident because it shouldn't happen. Stay switched on. Everybody else on that team, knackered, can barely move, all managed to stay switched on. And the one person that doesn't
do you know what I've just clicked as well, though? The concussion.
That's
Maybe
what I was
what it
thinking
was.
just now. With mentioning being knackered, I then immediately thought, oh yeah, he got stroked thigh to his head. So that might not have helped, but even then, it's not great.
Maybe it was.
Then
we're all like, oh, take it back. It's all right. He's concussed. No, I'm joking. I'm
not taking it back, Joe. He's got
he should have come off if that was the case. No, you're right. Luke,
I'm going to come from a different perspective. I mean, look, it was a brain fart. I'm not defending that. Look, there's no. It's indefensible. He's made that howler of the century. It's going to be on reels and stuff for months and years, and it's up there with Tim Flowers and all those from years ago. And it's indefensible. But he had a very good game by his terms. He made the save at the start, which unfortunately led to their first goal because our defenders were stood ball watching. But look, I don't think we. I mean, it feels like a lost Saturday right now. But when we actually think about it and we put it into a little bit of perspective, look, we've outplayed those who were the top of the league at their place, which is not a nice place, an easy place to go. We should have beaten Burnley, who were meant to be the best team in the league.
Yeah.
Yes, we haven't picked up the points, but as Paul said, I'm very, very confident that we are the best team in this league.
Oh yeah. You
know what I mean? And
Luke, goalkeeping aside, they've not lost or conceded a goal at home, and we made them look bang average by that first 10 minutes.
However, I would argue that at 1-0 down, I would have taken a draw, and I think we scored the second against them on a play. I think actually Sunderland were on top at that stage.
When
we scored our second.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I think we were probably slightly against the run of play to go in 2-1 up. And look, we should have still seen that game out. There's no excuses. I'm not going to sit here and say should it. You know what I mean? There was a breath of fucking fart come from the West Stand at Sunderland that just like blew it all in or whatever, because it's inexcusable. But look, I'm not going to let it ruin my weekend. I'm not going to get too angry about it. I do actually feel a little bit for Managerial because he had a good performance, and I think he's been very good this season so far, and that's going to stick. Unfortunately, that's going to stick, like the Bamford thing with the Leicester miss.
Yeah,
that's what sticks, doesn't it? The shit sticks, and people are coming at me now saying I thought Melier was good, and I'm like, fuck me, mate.
I've had people messaging
for 95
me.
minutes. He's been good for 95 minutes, and 10 seconds he makes.
Bro, I've had people messaging me and then putting it out on Twitter and that, and these are supposed to be my friends, and I'm like, hang on a minute, what are you doing here? Like, you're supposed to be my mate. I'm angry. Do you know when I used to make predictions, I'd have mates, but you said this, and I'd leave it ground. I'm like, what are you fucking messaging? I'm fuming. Don't be messaging me. Like, I'm raging. I'm the same as you. We are the same. We are fans. We are all hurting. Yes, like, I get it, but it's not my fault. It's not Luke's fault. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
I love it when people actually take the time out to say, well, this aged well. because that means
Yeah,
I'm in
like,
their head.
what?
That is, I've done them. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely breaking people just by being me. So yeah, I don't care. Bring it at me. But look, Meslier absolutely great for 95 minutes and 50 seconds. Shite for 10 seconds.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just also going to bring up a quick message I've just seen in the comments there, saying that top keepers don't do that is a liability. Everyone makes mistakes, and at the same time, being a goalkeeper,
top keepers have done that as well. Top keepers have done that.
Tim Flowers did it when he was playing for
did it at
England.
the fucking World Cup.
It happens.
Like,
sorry, he was playing for Blackburn at the time. Sorry.
The only counterpoint I would say to that is Meslier has cost us multiple times with things.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
like
also saved as many times.
He has, but unfortunately, I would say
definitely.
over the last season, he hasn't saved. The defense has saved him more than he has saved the rest of the defense, because we don't
easy
face.
To say in hindsight, though,
that's what a defense is.
But we don't concede many shots. So in that fact, our defense and our midfield does protect Meslier. So in the game where we're up against the top of the league, we're going to need our goalkeeper to actually step up, be that extra person. Willie Gnonto was everywhere tonight. He was absolutely incredible. And I think that Gnonto, you know, this is why Daniel Farke has to be a good man manager, because if you're a bit of a prat of a player, you're going to be fuming, because he ran that show. He was getting their defenders. He was getting everybody yellow carded, and he was creating chances. He was getting us out of trouble. He was been fantastic. And then Meslier just had to stay switched on for that final 10 seconds, and he didn't do it. And he's done that multiple times where we concede goals. They have, you know, a couple of shots on target and they both go in. So I don't think that it was he had a good game. But football is about moments, and it's won and lost. And for me right now, in my emotional state, I'll feel different tomorrow. But right now, it feels like a loss, because I was the same. I was going in that game thinking, if we get a draw tonight, I'm happy with our current situation, with the injuries, with everything as it is. I am fine with a draw. But we deserve that win. And if I'm being honest, Willie Gnonto deserved that win. And I know it's a team game, but he was incredible tonight. And he's really stepped up the last 2 games. Yeah. He has taken on that kind of main man role and really embraced it. And Meslier just floundered again. And I'm not one for usually going in on Meslier, but he's really angered me tonight. Yeah. Really angered me.
But look, it is, and I keep watching it on Twitter on this other screen here, and it's just so bad, and it's so like why? But look, I agree with what Luke said and what everyone else has said. Ultimately, we're the better side. Someone said they dominated the second half. Leeds allowed them to have the ball, like we did against Coventry in the second half in that game. We got the second on the 56th minute, and then we're quite content with saying, okay, like you can have the ball. We'll be cool from here on in. And the tactics would have worked had the keeper not decided to just move out of the way of the ball. Before we move on to some other particulars, and we've had loads of super chats come in, so we will get to them. We've got JT here now. JT, talk to me, mate. How are you feeling?
Oh man, how am I not feeling, man? I mean, we couldn't develop a photograph, let alone a consistent 90-minute performance, right as you have the victory there. I mean, it's just typical Leeds, isn't it? I'm sat there, I'm chilling, I got the cigar out. I'm like, you know what, this is easy, man. We ain't throwing this away. Not a snowball's chance in hell. 95th minute, 20 seconds left. They got the ball in their own half. Never, right? Oh, my days. That is one of the craziest goals I've ever seen go in. Like the way I think his head's in Mykonos or something. I know I usually defend Meslier, but what he's smoking there, I do not have a clue. It belongs in Piccadilly Gardens with a save like that. That was criminal. But overall, I actually thought the performance was one of our better performances. I was actually impressed. That's what makes it so bitter to take, because I mean, as we all said, when a side actually comes at us and tries to play us at our own game, boy, are there gaps to be exploited, and boy, do we exploit them. When we got the second goal, I think they showed a stat, the last 5 minutes of play, Leeds actually only had 35% possession, and it was a beautiful counter-attack. I thought Firpo as well, not just for his goal, I thought he was phenomenal. Could have got another goal if Aronson didn't flick the ball off him there. So I would have given Firpo a man of the match. I thought he was quality today, as always. And I did like how in the final third, we seem to be transitioning the ball a little bit quicker. I've been making comments about how recently it's been a bit too sideways, a bit too backwards. Yes, you could say part of that was Sunderland committing men forward and opening gaps up behind, but we were still plucking the ball around nicely. And I did like the improved tempo in which we played in that sense of the game. But unfortunately, no consistency throughout the whole game. Last 20 minutes, played quite defensively, allowed Sunderland to come on us, and we were just waiting for them to try and create the goal. But we were actually defending well, is the sad part. We were actually defending well, and fair play, we limited Sunderland to half chances. They were squandering chances. But eventually, I guess, if you buy your luck that much, it's going to eventually come to a point where you squander it. And maybe you could say karma struck us. Not that we intentionally did anything bad, but we did. I do believe that Perot goal was offside. Perot goal was offside. And I guess maybe we bought our luck with that one. And the way of the law of the universe, if you get lucky, you kind of got to get unlucky after. But how? What's he doing? Honestly, man.
It's not even a shot, you know. It's his belly.
It's not. No, it's not.
Belly.
Well, it's come off like Firpo's head. It's flicked off Firpo's head. So Firpo's got the goal, and then if people criticize Firpo for that, I'll never know what the hell's going on in life. But honestly, man, is his head in Mykonos? What's Melier doing, man? It's just such a simple catch, and he's flipping he's like he's playing cricket, and he's keeping his arms down there trying to. Oh man.
Criminal. Yeah, look. Listen, there's 2,657 people here, by the way, so that's amazing. So if you haven't already, smash a like on the video and subscribe to all these amazing channels: Joe Blackburn, Ought to Know Better, Discourse of a Peacock, Leeds Therapy, and JT Live. Smash me a like. We've got loads of super chats as well, so we're going to go through them and then we'll get into some more points. Alex Smith said, their gaffer said that he knew Mez's weakness, Joe. That's a dog shit comment. What? I don't know. I don't think he said that. And no one's exploiting that. Right, he's got a weakness where we'll pump it into the box from about 25 yards out. It'll take a flick off someone's head and he won't be able to catch a P-roll. I don't know that. He was laughing with Sunderland manager. Yeah, listen, we can't. What I want to, what I do, no, but what? Look, he was laughing with him, and I was angry and I'm annoyed, right? But it's just after the game, someone's come over. What have you done? Oh, I know, I can't believe it. Like please remember, like Melier is a human being. No, please don't no one be in his DMs calling him worse than shit and all that. It don't work for anybody. We're all angry. We're all annoyed. He's cost us, but let's not try and go too mad. He's a liability. Can we just a keeper? Have you been on the beers, Alex?
Probably to get through that pain of that ending of the game. I don't blame him, mate.
Melier can walk back from Sunderland. See, I love being out in my car, and even I won't pick him up and take him back game. Early days, but your goalkeeper will cost you promotion. I don't think he will. I say again, this keeper will cost us promotion again. I got and celebrated him catching it. Heartbroken me, bro. There's clips on Twitter already of me going, wait, 1 minute left, and then, as you know, what happens. He's a disgrace, and if Farker doesn't drop him, he can get in the C2. That mistake cannot be rewarded. Drop him, fire him into the sun. Can I ask you on that, though? Go on, Joe, you can answer it, mate.
Right.
It's not Farker's fault, but does he drop him for when we return?
No, because mistakes happen. No. If Piru misses a penalty, do you drop him? No, but at the same time, that can also cost you 2 points because mistakes happen at both ends of the pitch. And if you drop him, what are we going to do? Bring in Cairns, who played in League 2 last season, or Darlow, who we can't trust passing?
This is true.
I saw someone earlier in the chat saying Keylor Navas on a free. So that's where we're at, apparently. Oh, God.
Reggie got enough goalies, that's what it is.
Reggie Labrie said this. I like him, but everyone on the pitch can make a mistake. It happened. We are happy with the final result. So I don't know about him saying we know his weakness or whatever, but anyway. Right, next one. Toby says that's just made us a mockery tonight. Stuart, start Darlow, and buy new keeper in January. Sean says, Evie, I apologise. I usually okay what you said, but he was laughing. You're wrong on this. Firpo going to throw his hands at him. Sorry.
I didn't see the laugh. I walked out the room. I couldn't stomach it anymore.
It's fine. Liam says he was laughing about it with their manager at full time. Said he was concussed. Karius was for Liverpool. Not the first time he's done this. Meslier peaked at 19. It's been downhill since. Will Farke defend that? The best keeper in the league doesn't do that. Yeah, I had to deal with that last season. So
He just
Farke
did.
will. Has he spoken about it already? Has he?
Oh no, I'm saying the best keeper in the league just did that.
All right. Okay. If Farke doesn't drop him, it sends the wrong message. That that cannot be rewarded.
Listen, it was a moment of stupidity. Listen, I don't know how he's done it. I can't lie to you. I feel like I would have saved that, and I'm like 5'2", so that's really saying something. But
You've grown an inch.
but I won't tell you where. Listen, I think I don't know where his head's at, but you can't drop him for that. You can't legislate.
No.
It's a stupid mistake.
It'd send, and I think if he did drop him, it'd send the wrong message as well. He's his third commando as well. Let's not forget he's part of his leadership group. Meslier will be hurting more than anyone else right now. The players they'll get round him. We've got the international break. Look, like Luke said, we didn't lose. We've gone away. It could have been 4 points, but instead it's 2. We're still only lost once in the league. And like everyone said, there's nothing to fear in this league. By that first 10 minutes where Sunderland came out, and I said on the watch, I said, they're going to cook us here when they look really good. I said it was almost Bielsa-esque. We then took control of the game and dominated. You know, I need to apologise, Joe Rothwell. Wow, what a performance. What a performance.
He's made a lot of people look silly. A lot of Leeds fans look silly.
I called him shite last week.
You did.
Man of the match tonight for me was.
But then you call a lot of people shite, you end up turning
This is true.
So,
yeah, but that's fine. That's why I don't get why people dunk on me, because I'm like, I've probably called everyone shite once upon a time.
I think he's been more impressive than Tanaka the past couple of games. So maybe a spicy take, but I think Rothwell's been more impressive than him.
I agree.
He's only played one game, hasn't he?
I said over the past 2 games. That's why you heard what I said. Because
right.
that's the sample size of both.
Calm down, big dog. Calm down, big dog. You're only 5'2".
I was the big dog. I'm the tribal chief now, mate. I know.
You're only 5'2", mate. Calm down. I'm 5'8".
You're shorter than me, mate. You're shorter than me. I took a picture with you.
I'm 5'8".
Feisty chihuahua.
Abdul Al-Fuzan says, this sport is seriously fecking with my health, man. Why does this only happen with us? Why? This game, why? Not when we're already promoted or in the FA Cup or any other time. We played so well today. So sad, yeah. Do you know what's even sadder? Them Sunderland fans that'll be rejoicing. Half of them left the fecking stadium and didn't get to see it. So
I thought that was disgusting. Why would you leave when there's only 1 goal in it and there's at least 10 minutes left to play? Why would you leave in that? They weren't rubbish at all. It wasn't like they were cowering and they were never going to get a goal. They were peppering us after we got the second, and we just kind of soaked it up for a bit. But yeah, you don't deserve to be cheering if you're leaving that early, because you're not cheering on your team. At the end of the day, we're both going to be in and around promotion. So what were they expecting us just to be a pushover? Like, that makes no sense to leave 10 minutes early.
Yeah, I know. Christopher says, problem with the Meslier issues, we should have been more aggressive defending the first ball, not sat back waiting for the second half. Yeah. No, because I don't. More aggressive defending but they're not sat back waiting on. Oh, right, sorry, I thought you meant the second half. Sorry, I've misread it. Go on, Paul.
Yeah, no, that for me, that's, and again, you can't. I'm not trying to absolve Meslier from blame, but the in the first instance, they should have been more aggressive with the ball. When the first ball came in, you can't let a floated ball come in and drop like it did, like the way it did. You've just got to be aggressive with it. Boot the player, boot whoever. Just get it, and you shouldn't be giving away the free kick like they were at the top end either, with that amount of time to go. But the thing is, the ball's coming from such a long way away. They've had so much time to look for the ball as well. So that would be the other side. That doesn't absolve Meslier. Meslier needs to be switched on, and he wasn't.
Definitely. Gussie Fink-Nottle says, great win, lads. Missed the last few minutes, but what a performance overall. Clearly a Sunderland fan. Nice try, bro. He has needed replacing for 2 seasons. Every fan can see it on 49ers and Farke for not replacing him. Lord Shiogorath says you could see steam coming out of Firpo's ears, but there you go. Shiz happens. Fancy being fed up with an away draw at Sunderland. It's true. It's the manner, though, innit? Hiru says this loss is on Farke. Yeah, what's it on Farke for? Like, what was it? He's one mistake away from an unreal tactical managerial performance. He drops Joseph. We're all going, what are you doing? Pirro
He's
scores.
tactically inept. He picked
thing.
Meslier. He's tactically inept. He's the one who picked Meslier.
Yeah, it's madness in it. To think that you're going to blame Fark, I'm sorry.
The fact, Joe, that we're sat here talking about one mistake for the last 25 minutes, due to the result, it shows you how well we played, really. And,
exactly.
There's not. I'm reiterate what you said. There's not a team in this league that worries us. We should have beaten Burnley quite comfortably at home. We've gone away to West Brom. We've gone away to Norwich, and we've gone away to Sunderland tonight, and we've not lost in those 3 games. Those 3 will be up there and thereabouts, and they've dropped 2 points in every game against us. Arguably, we've obviously dropped the 2 today, but if we look at it on balance, at the end of the season, we'll either be revisiting this and saying Melly has cost us promotion, or those points are valuable points. So I'm not going to lose any sleep about it, man. Do you know what I mean? It's frustrating. I'm angry. I'm upset about it. He has cost us 2 points, and I can see why people are probably going to have a few stellas and beat the misses up tonight. But I'm not. Not
that we're advocating that.
No,
absolutely not. But honestly, there's things people are writing to me online, man. You wouldn't believe.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? It is.
Let's point out as well that in the space of 6 days, we've played 3 games. We've won, drawn 2. We haven't lost. And 2 of those games were particularly tricky at the same time as well. And again, I'm not trying to be Mr. Happy Clapper or whatever people want to say. Take the perspective from it. That's the main thing.
My mate, Sunderland fan, at the game, no words, fair point, but Jesus, second half, yous were unbelievable, managed the game perfectly. That's them that say, we're standing off, blah, blah, blah. That's from a Sunderland fan who was at the game, who's messaged me there just to see you managed it perfectly, and that's what we were doing, do you know what I mean? And we did, we almost did it. So anyone who wants to criticise the manager at this point is a bit mad. I will read the rest of it. The team was class, but his best goalkeeper couldn't make a routine stop. We had chances to upgrade, you can't defend that. In terms of what we've got right now, though, Joe Bean made a fantastic point. We all know Darlow's not the one, and Cairns is a League 2 goalkeeper, so he's here just as a quarter. So we have to just like it and lump it. It is what it is. Nobody ever made mistakes before. Shit happens, exactly. No, Meslier is just human, but Horse could have saved that. Horse would fill more of the goal.
Horse in a council, that's a great name.
I know. I say it. He's actually got an Instagram account. Do it. Meant Joe B's comment 15 minutes ago. I need beer now. Okay. Can't wait for the counterpoint. Yeah. I have to say this. So proud of the players. We dug and fought for everything. Played some good stuff and limited them to very little. Willie, Brendan Aronson and Rodon. Clap. No reactive comments will help. As I said on Joe's channel, it's very easy to criticise keepers. Let's not forget that free kick came from a rash challenge by Bogle. Mistakes happen, we go again. I get it. I do get it, Ryan, and I do get where they go, well, the penalty shouldn't have been given because he made a mistake and he made a mistake, but ultimately the keeper's there to fucking keep. So it's if all these, do you know what I mean? Go on,
it's like saying our goal. It's like saying our goal came from a foul on Rodon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we could go back and you could take it into little sections of the game, and you just keep going back and back and back. Ultimately, that is an absolute brain fart, and we've dropped 2 points because of it.
Yeah. I don't know who keeps. Has anyone heard me defend it tonight at all?
No.
Okay.
To be fair, you're a bit of a Meslier hater. To be fair, if anyone's a
literally the closest to defending is pointing out maybe he was concussed, but that's still not an excuse.
Yeah,
that's as close as we've got. Everyone has said it's
definitely
a
concussed.
mistake.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Right. There were some positives.
There were loads of positives.
Evie, we were quite critical of Nonto, but my God, this lad now, I said on the stream, he's turned from a boy into a man. He's like a man. He's riding challengers. It's almost like he's gone, I'm the new Somerville. Do you know what I mean? I think he's been I think he's been great of late.
He's been absolutely fantastic. The two, the previous, today's game and Norwich's game, flawless. In all honesty, he's been brilliant. He's not been selfish. He's been creative. He's been defending. He's been getting us up the pitch when we have had to defend in order to give us a bit of a break. He got their going down the wings. Their defenders carded on both sides, even though he was supposed to be playing on the right hand side. So he was everywhere. Every single attack that we went on, you know, he was involved. You know, obviously I know he got both of the assists, but every time that we attempted something, he was there involved in it. He was superb. If I'm honest, I'm so happy for him, and I hope that the frustration of this game kind of pushes him on instead of making, you know, instead of him throwing the towel in and saying, well, what was the point, this, that, and the other. We all have, you know, everybody has bad games, and that's not me defending Meslier. That's just saying it's, you know, I would have been happy before this game with a point. It's just we all feel a bit devastated right now, when actually this time last year we lost 1-0. So we've already done better in this fixture this year than we did last year. But Nonto was unbelievable. And I was so proud of how he was riding challenges. Like that was like one of the annoying things, is the fact of how he's quite stocky. So out of all of the wingers, he probably can ride challenges better, but he just always seemed to go down last season. Whereas now, you know, it takes like 4 or 5 attempts for them to hack him down, and he keeps on going and keeps on going. And I think the referees respected that tonight as well, you know, so he did give the yellow cards on those fouls instead of letting them get away with it. So I think for me, it was between him and Rothwell for my man of the match, because I thought Rothwell was brilliant. And I was really looking forward to coming on and winding you up, Joe, if I'm being honest about Rothwell, but it just doesn't feel the time now.
Yeah, Rothwell was, listen, I hold my hands up. I thought he was great, and so was Tanaka. Aronson, little flashes here and there. Pirro in the 9, folks. It worked. It really worked.
A little bit.
Go on then, mate.
A little bit.
At
times, I think the only reason.
No, I didn't mean.
Oh, JT speaking. I'm fucking off, mate.
No, I'm dying for a week.
After chat with Junior, no. Listen, I think it did work within patches of the game. I think you could still see pressing ability wasn't quite up to what Fark wanted, but the reason it worked ever so slightly is because you had Aronson behind him in the 10. Now, Aronson, I thought, on the ball at times was quite poor. He lost the ball quite a few times. He was out-muscled. He was out-possessed. But off the ball, phenomenal as always. And that's what allowed Perraud to do what he could do in the number 9 role, because you saw quite a few times, actually, Perraud dropping deeper into what would be more the number 10 role, Aronson taking some of the slack in terms of the pressing work up front, because Perraud is never going to be that guy that's pressing you down and running the channels the way that necessarily Fark wants from his strikers, which is why we haven't seen him in the number 9 role a lot. But with Aronson in behind, they had a good double act working behind them. And that's why I saw people calling for Nonto to go in the 10, Aronson to go out right. It wouldn't really work with Perraud up front. You need Aronson behind, or you need someone with ridiculous amount of cardio, bedroom cardio, stamina, whatever you call it, to manage to actually allow Perraud to operate the way he did. But in the number 9, you put him in that position more advanced for one reason. When he gets his opportunity in front of goal, he is the most clinical player in the league. It was, okay, the timing of the run was a little bit off. He was offside, but still, you get that chance, you got to finish it, and that's why you put Perraud in the number 9. But I do think it does hinge on having Brendan Aronson in the number 10. I think if you see someone who can't quite cover the ground the way Aronson does, I think you will start to see vulnerabilities in having Perraud in the 9. But for this game, in a game that was more open, against a side that were willing to commit more men forward, I think it worked.
Yeah. I do like you say, Aronson was key to that. I was saying during the game as well, like imagine if we had James, because I was saying at one point, let's get Pirro off and bring Joseph on, because we need his legs now to do the running, and you know we're getting towards the end of the game, and it was almost a perfect performance, because I think going into it, Sunderland not beat at home, haven't conceded, a lot of pressure, brand new midfield starting together for the first time. We go 1 down after 10 minutes, could have easily folded. We didn't. You know, we took control in that first half. We get back into it. We get an early goal in the second half. And then we go, right, okay, now break us down. And they didn't until that last moment. So for me, it was close to being like a perfect away performance, all things considered. And of course, like we've all said, we've dropped points. But this isn't going to be terminal. Leeds United are still in 3rd. Leeds United are 3 points behind Sunderland. I think, we're going to be fine. We're going to be more than fine with this keeper or not. Like, 9 times out of 10, he doesn't even get tested anyway, let's be honest. So, I get everyone's fuming at him and all that and probably want to, throw the baby out with the bathwater and criticize everything. But, that aside, we were class, and I have enough confidence now in the midfield partnership of Rothwell and Tanaka as well. That doesn't concern me. I'm happy. I'm happy actually. We're wounded, but I'm also happy because at the end of the day, we didn't lose. We didn't lose, and we could have had 4. But look, we got 2. But it's not many teams will go to Sunderland and get positive results this season because it's a really tough place to go. You got 40 odd thou. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's try to see the positives. We'll forget we've got 2 weeks off now. So it's cool, man. It's cool. Like we hopefully results go our way and we stay in 3rd. Big part of the relegation cost us promotion and will cost us again. He's a fucking joker, needs selling. We can't do that right now though, D, can we? So we need to get on it. How long before we hear the knock concussed him? It could have though, Dan, right? It could have though. I know and I get it and people won't have it. But Rothwell was outstanding tonight, man of the match for me. Yeah, I can see why you would say that. No, does anyone think them 2 points tonight will cost us long term?
No.
Genuine.
I think they will cost us in exactly the same way as the 2 points against Portsmouth will have cost us. 2 points are 2 points. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. We've not even played 10 games yet, have we? We've not even played 10 games yet. So to say that 2... If we don't go up by 2 points, then Millenchip, come back and remind me, because you can say that is it. Fair enough. That would be cruel. But, I just don't... Yeah, I think come on. At the end of the day, folks, the division shit.
But that's not saying much considering we're not in the top 2, though.
No, but bro, you have to apply context to these things. You can't win every game, can you? But my point is, by game 25-30, we'll be there, and then we'll have a little gap like we did. I do believe this. I'm not.
You gotta hope so. It's not confirmed.
No, yeah. But if we look at it now, right? We've drawn against Sunderland. We got a point. We lost to Burnley. We draw with West Brom, and they're in that top 6 now. We've got Sheffield United when we come back. Let's see what happens. What happens there? Hull are flying. We've beaten them. Norwich are doing decent. We've drew with them. We've actually, after Sheffield United, got a decent run. Yeah. We've got a decent run, so positive results will come.
But usually those are the games that cost us. If you look at
but they're not this season though, are they? Because they're not this season though. That's the point.
How do we know?
Well, because we've played teams.
We've won.
Down there, bro.
We've won
but obviously we're not going to lose to the majority of ones. But if you look at,
but we did last season though.
Not the majority. We dropped most of our points.
Yeah,
no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you look at
to the bottom teams.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I just said. But I'm saying the majority of games we played against them, we still won most of them, but we still overall lost the majority of our points to the lower teams. So we're going to have to see how that goes over the next half of the season. We've only played half of them. So I don't know. You have a little bit more confidence than I do. I think we should be going into the international break higher than this. Yes, we've had injuries, but going
third
in
JT, man.
We're clinging on to third. We're not third. We're not going to be
We've
third.
lost one game of
all right,
football.
okay,
we're going to be
fourth.
We're going to be
we're fourth then. We're fourth. Oh, no.
No. But when you're sat here saying that the league are terrible, we should be a lot higher up than we are. And I'm saying when you defend and you try and defend 1 goal leads in games, you're going to cost yourself when you're not.
There's 111 points left to go, JT. I think we're going to be fine.
Listen, I hope you're right. I'm not saying we're not. I'm just saying don't sit here saying these are easy wins.
We beat Leicester and we beat Leicester and we beat Ipswich. We smashed them up. We got the maximum points out of the top 2. And we didn't get promoted. It was the bottom teams that we dropped points to. So it's okay if we drop a few points for the teams in and around us, because last year we beat the teams in and around us other than West Brom and Southampton. But we dropped points to QPR, to Rotherham, to Birmingham, to Huddersfield, to Stoke, all of whom were in relegation battle for 90% of the season. So far this season, the people who are at the bottom, we've taken 3 or at least 1 point, where last year we took 1 or nothing. So those are the games that you have to win. And so far this season, we are winning. And think that there's so much
What?
left
Sorry,
of
Evie.
the
Well,
season.
but the way you're
Oh,
talking-
hang on. Let me just before. What the fuck's being positive got to do with being woke? Like, what the fuck are you on about? Like, what the fuck? We were by far the better side tonight, and the keeper messed up in the last minute, and we're third in the league, and you're calling us woke. What does that even mean?
If we want to go woke, I can fully go for it. I've had Locks calling me Wokey Joe, so if we want to go in that direction, then
What does that
Wokey,
even mean?
wokey.
Just because we're not all happy clapping, do you know? Just because we're all happy clapping, as people like to say, like that's mad.
think
JT,
you
can
guys
I
can
ask
say
you a
woke
quick
to be
question? Who's your favourite for the Premier League?
Sorry.
Who do you
The
think
Gooners.
the Gooners, right? Do you know what position they're in the league?
But mate, that's not the point.
No, answer the question. What position are they in the
These are
league?
irrelevant points,
Well,
mate.
you
I'm not
answered the
gonna-
question,
I'm not
bro.
gonna try. No, I'm not gonna
They're
humor
third.
this
They're
line.
third.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
third.
we're not gonna
Okay.
be
They're
third.
third.
All right, we're not
They're
gonna be
third.
third.
They're
Different
third.
argument. You,
I think-
yeah,
I
but
think
guess
Nana,
what?
you
Guess
beat
what?
them.
Guess what? Guess what? You said the rest of this league are terrible. Man City, not a terrible team. So don't try. You everyone can twist words. And listen, Evie, I hear what you're saying.
Edison makes the odd
But you
mistake.
didn't- Yeah, I'm not saying I love Melier. Listen, what I'm saying is, Evie, you made good points, but you didn't really dispute my point. Okay, because all I'm saying
Well, no,
is,
because you
No, no,
confused
no,
your
my
own
point
point.
is-
If
no,
you
no,
go
no,
back
yeah,
and listen
yeah,
to
I
what
know.
you actually started to say,
I will.
and
Yeah,
then
you will listen.
and then
Do you
listen
wanna
to it, and then you'll
Wanna listen?
realize that I'm right.
No. Your
So,
point
and-
is
and
right.
just
I
to
never
say,
said
we've
you were
got-
wrong. No, I never said
We've
you were
got
wrong. No, you didn't really
111.
touch my
Arsenal
point.
only have 96 points
Listen,
to get to
a
that
different-
first place.
These are different. These are
So
different
Arsenal
arguments.
have got even less time to get to that
Again.
top spot than we do. But you
I
believe
like what
that
you're saying,
Arsenal
but
will,
you're
and
moving
Leeds
the
won't.
goalposts here. You know, we were in Hackney Marshes.
No,
you're
I'm just
moving the
carrying
goalposts.
on with Joe's. I'm just carrying on
No,
with
there's no
Joe's
Joe's
point.
point. Listen, as I said, there's no proof that we're going to beat the lower teams. You're basically saying we're beating the lower teams this year and we're losing and we're dropping points against the upper teams. We haven't played all the lower league teams yet or the lower half of the table teams yet. And yes, we've already dropped points against the teams that are in and around us. That does not guarantee that we're going to go and beat the teams that aren't in and around us. So I'm saying just
look
heed
at
your
it-
expectations yet.
Look at it
And
like
don't
this,
get
JT.
too confident just yet. We have to wait and see. I want us to
Look at
be
it
there.
like this,
But let's
JT.
not keep it too.
We've gone to Sunderland, who haven't conceded for however long at home. And
We haven't conceded a goal all season at home.
without 4 players that would be generally starting. Genuinely, we started the season with Solomon, with Dan James, and with Ampadu and with Gruev. So we've gone there without 4 of almost half of the outfield players, and actually done a job on them. There's far more positives to take out today, and reasons why we can do much better than we did last season than the one negative that everyone's going to focus and pinpoint, because naturally that's how we lost the game. Sorry, we didn't even lose. It feels like a loss, but that's how we dropped 2 points today, and that is all anyone's going to hone in on for the next week or however long.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's naturally how it works. But do you not think we'll win the league?
Do I think we will? Listen, I'm going to have to wait and see how we play.
Answer the question.
Do you think we'll win the league?
Mate. I would
Who
have
do you
said
think
that
is a better
5
team
games
than
ago,
us?
I would have said yes.
Just answer the question.
Who
Who is a better team than us in the league?
In terms of squad wise, no one.
Just who's a better team? Who's going to win the league?
In terms of squad wise, no one.
Just answer the question. It's one name.
Politician, and everyone goes, JT speaking French. He's not, man. He's not saying anything. He's not actually
Because you're
saying
asking
anything.
a provoking question. You're asking a provoking
It's not an
question.
open
I'm not
question. I
gonna
just
say
want one
anything.
team name from you, JT. I don't want any of bullshit.
Listen, I'm a Leeds fan. Of course, I'm going to say I think Leeds are going to win the league. But
Right,
to
who do
sit
you really
here
think?
and say, yeah, we're going to be chilling by this point. No, we have to wait and see. We can't go
Who's gonna
too
win the
far ahead
league?
of ourselves. Listen, I told you.
Who's going
I
to win
want
the
Leeds
league?
to win the league. I'm biased, of course.
I want Leeds to win the league. Who's going to win the league, JT?
Listen, I'm biased, so of course I'm going to say Leeds.
I don't know why I bother. You're just not giving me any answers.
I just told you. I answered your question 5 times. I said I'm biased. I think Leeds. What do you mean?
Right. So who do you think has got the best team in the league?
Leeds, obviously. I never doubted that.
Right, okay.
But we're not
Fun
playing a
little
better
point for you, by the way. Just JT, can you tell me which division Southampton are playing in right now? Just where are Southampton playing at the minute?
Championship.
Southampton.
Oh, Sunderland. Sorry, I thought you meant Sunderland. Sorry, my brain's gone. They're Premier League. Yeah, Southampton.
Yeah, they were 15th this time last season. They were
Yeah.
15th and 12 points behind the top 2.
Yeah. What's your point?
So what you're saying is you can make up a gap with relative ease. We made up a gap with relative ease last
saying we
season,
can't.
and then
saying
we pissed it up the wall at the end.
I'm not saying we can't. I'm not saying we're
We're
not.
okay. It's 2 points.
I know. I never said we're not. I never said we're not. I just said,
can I just
relax a little bit? I don't think we won't. I just think we need to relax a little bit by saying that these are easy games and that we're going to dominate the lower half of the table.
No, but right, okay, yeah. So I hear what you're saying, JT, and I do just want to make a point as well of saying like JT. When people say like, "Oh, JT don't get a chance" and all that sort of stuff, JT does get a chance. JT always speaks his point. And what I will say is, if there was more JTs, they would be on the panel as well. But he's a man on his own in this panel. There isn't a case of us all being happy clappers and just get him on and all that sort of stuff. It's not. That's JT's opinion. And if there was another person that had JT's opinion, which again, I'm going to struggle to find because it's fucking crazy opinion. But
I don't know. You could get Sean on from time to time.
You know what it is? If we go back to when we were in the Prem, it was actually the other way around. I was getting crucified for being too optimistic, and you were being more level-headed. So it's funny how the tables have turned, isn't it?
It is. It is what it is. We look great. This is my point as well. This is why earlier I wasn't getting frustrated at JT when I went for fuck's, because the chat is literally ready to turn it all in, and you think we are 30 seconds away from us winning that game and everyone going, we're same as Sunderland, we're in second. Now all of a sudden everyone's going, we're done, man, we're done. And it's like, that's why it's like there's no middle ground for me. Ben says, it is what it is. We look great today. I agree. Tanaka and Rothwell have really stepped up. Nonto amazing. Lucas says, been a shocker, but still been great football today. Closing down the ball and plays, putting in real effort. Thanks for all you do, Joe. You're a legend. Thank you, mate. CR81 says, Melier drop. January new keeper signing. It won't happen. But yeah, fair enough. Nigel, Martin, Howard, Wilkinson, end of. Your keeper, get you up.
Nigel Martin made a howler in Europe. Almost as bad as that.
Happens. Duda made one, didn't he, against Lee Bowyer, AC Milan. These things happen. Save versus Norwich, Leeds win that game. 2-0, open minds, sit back and have a think.
What?
I don't know what you mean with the last bit, bro. Saved versus Norwich, Leeds win that game. I'm assuming the penalty. 2-0, open minds, sit back.
As well now.
I mean, I was quite critical of him in that scenario, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's all the onus is always on the striker. Let's be honest. Yeah. Definitely. Well, I don't know what else, to be honest. I was genuinely buzzing, thinking, you know what, but yeah, it is what it is. Like we move now. We've got 2 weeks off. There'll be no final word tomorrow because I'm going away to see my family with my kids, but it'll be back Sunday night, folks. These folks will all have their own reviews, I assume, on their respective channels. So make sure you go over and show them some love. Subscribe to Joe B, to Ought to Know Better, to Discourse of a Peacock, to JT Live, and of course to Leeds Therapy. We've had insane numbers tonight, which is well, we know why. We know why.
When there's a mistake, isn't it, Joe?
Oh well, fucking hell.
Yeah, Joe was knee sliding when he saw Melier palm that into his own goal.
Do you think he did it on purpose just so Joe could get the numbers up?
Give over. To be fair, just before we finish, Farker's been speaking, said he's unable to explain Melier's mistake. Keeper is the saddest player in the dressing room. He's virtually in tears. Strauch says ball bounced weirdly in front of Melier. He confirms Gruev will be out longer than Ampadu. He's not an advocate of free agent signings in October, but reiterates the professional duty to recognise there may be an opportunity in special circumstances. So maybe they'll look at that. He said, I have never won or lost points like this in 30 years of professional football. Strauch has told him the ball bounced in a strange way as he went towards Melier, said he's never seen anything like this. Maybe Uri Geller was there, like when he said he moved Gary McAllister's penalty, he went like that. Move. Maybe there's a Sunderland Uri Geller around the gaff. I'll go try find him anyway and give him a piece of my mind. Yeah, cool. That's me not being able to go and shopping morning and that anyway. I'm fucked. I'll keep my head down. Has anyone got anything else they want to say before we dip?
Yeah, I just got to man of the match and ask you to catch it.
What? Say again?
I just thought they don't throw a picnic chocolate bar at you and ask you to catch it in the shop when you're walking in. Right, Jua!
Jua! What's that? Is it Jamaican?
Jua!
The one thing I would say is don't be so quick to fall onto the negativity, everybody. Yeah, it's disappointing. It's bad. And, you know, you can call me a happy clapper until the cows come home. But that performance for me, that's the best. Without winning, that is the best we've played all season, without a shadow of a doubt. It just that little last 10 seconds of the game is what's made us all pissed off. We can all be pissed off, but let's not do the, well, we just give up now. 9 games into the season, that's it. We're not getting promoted because of that just happened there. Just be annoyed, but just relax, and we'll be back.
We've just on the Melier stuff as well. Regis Labrie was his academy manager at Lorient as well, so we need to give him a little bit of thing. What I don't know if my camera's gone all sketchy now, but he was his academy manager at Lorient, so let's not think that he's laughing at that time, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm going to laugh at all Leeds fans." I get we were all annoyed, but come on, he'll be upset. We have to rile behind the lads because obviously he's going to be our goalkeeper till the end of the season. So it is what it is. Right. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for all your support. See you in a bit. Peace out, folks. Have a good one. Bye-bye.